Hi, my name is Brendan Cody and welcome to ThinkLikeAnAttorney.com. Today's segment is going to deal with the 5 basic rules for the courtroom of life. These are rules of success that all of us can use. The first rule is formality. I think it's best in business to employ a real, true courtroom formality. Remember when we've gone into a courtroom, we always sit up straight, we always stand up straight, yes sir, no sir, good morning, Your Honor, things along those lines. It's very, very important that we use those types of skills to instill a real formality and protocol in our business dealings with others, as well as with our boss and colleagues, and in particular with our customers. If they see that you're serious, they'll know it, and it will help you succeed. The best way to think of it is try to out-serious the other guy. I'm not talking being cold. I'm not talking about being cold-hearted. I'm talking about basic business protocol and button-down seriousness when it comes to your job. The second on our list of the 5 elements for dealing with the courtroom of life is civility. Lawyers, believe it or not, are very civil to each other, and they are very civil to the judge. We call it keeping the civil in civil litigation. That involves a protocol where we are basically nice to our colleagues. We respect our colleagues. We respect the court. Lawyers aren't always battling and yelling and screaming at each other. Typically, it's just the opposite. We recognize each other as colleagues. I think we all can learn from this as business, to keep our tone in a civil type of tone, to not get excited, to not yell, to not be outraged at the least little insult. I think it's important that we focus on keeping the civil in all of your business dealings. Our third rule for navigating the courtroom of life deals with the duty to read. As a professional, you're going to be responsible for what you have read, and you have a duty to read it carefully and thoroughly. I recommend the 3-pass rule. Pass number 1, simply read the document from start to finish. Hold off with that yellow highlighter. Next, when it comes to the second review of the document, make sure you print it and apply a yellow highlighter. Make sure you highlight the most important elements of that document that you feel pertain to you and to your company. Third pass involves using a red pen and post-it flags. Make notations in the margin. The idea with the 3-pass system is to make that document a part of you. And another word on documents. When it comes to documents, there may be company policies, there may be company handbooks. Make sure that you know those policies inside and out. Our fourth element for navigating the courtroom of life deals with emotions. We all have them. They're very hard to avoid at times. But as a lawyer, I have learned, and my colleagues have learned, to suppress emotion. It's important to do so in the business context. If you let your emotions get the best of you, you're not going to be very well regarded. You're not going to be taken seriously. The key thing about emotions is that if we can keep them in control and focus on business and keep your mind on business at all times, you'll be much better off. Think of it this way. We've all seen the classic Mount Rushmore. Develop a classic type of Mount Rushmore countenance, a facial expression where no one can read you. Remember, an open book is a great thing, but to be read like to be an open book and to be read like one is not such a good thing. The fifth and final element for the courtroom of life I feel is the most important, and I learned that in law school. It's called basically diversity. This is a lawyer's brand of diversity that deals with complete and total knowledge of the entire issue at hand. When I was in law school, if we had a case and we were representing a hypothetical client, we would argue that case in front of the judge. Then he would tell us to argue our opponent's side without any type of notice. But we were able to do so because we were so familiar with both sides of the argument. Defenses, offenses, tactics, strategies. By knowing both sides of that coin, I think you have a much more well-rounded understanding of any issue and any problem. Remember, try the other guy's case as well as your own.